All right. We are going to watch an Evan video now. We have a lot of options. Outbreak? Well, we did talk about Outbreak earlier, so I'm almost thinking that we watch the Outbreak one. Let's do it.
This was shot in front of a live studio audience at twitch.tv/Sweatcicle.
Jesus, what an intro.
Well, Prism, my boy, you really did it. I guess it's time we talk about it. Edge Transit is a grenade launcher with the capability to decimate entire populations of enemies. With this gun, can you not only cure diseases, you can inflict them too. All footage in this video is from players around the community. Their links will be in the description of this video, as well as...
Evan, we gotta work on the adult video acting. Then again, this was like the obviously I can't use the P word. I'm taking chat off the screen. This was what year did he release this? 5 years ago?
The music too. I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to Travel Danielle and Dado for helping me with this video. Please, if by some miracle you know about me and not both of them, then go follow them. Their links will be at the top section of the description. Anyways,
oh my god, enjoy. Is that Twitter?
This story is layered. This story is shrouded by ARG puzzles, math wizardry, references to guns of old, and it perfected the secrets of
Destiny 2. I was like, okay, is this D2 Outbreak or D1?
Destiny.
Okay, it's kind of
my
both,
dear
I think.
Viewer, is the story of Outbreak Prime and Outbreak Perfected. Two weapons that would cement how to do a secret the right way.
Oh my god, you remember this strike,
let's
dude?
Start with their stories, because they
good
are
strike.
phenomenal.
Not a battleground. A good strike, guys. Feel strong.
Our story begins with none other than the Galah Horn.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! I got fucking Galah Horn! I got the Galah Horn!
Oh my god!
I got fucking Galah Horn! Oh my god, look at my heavy weapon now! Oh my god, I got the fucking Galah Horn! I got
oh my god! Oh my god, guys!
Oh my fucking god! Oh my god, I got Galah Horn! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
An exotic that would make every other exotic for a whole
that guy's
year
getting canceled.
irrelevant. Aside from being a powerful rocket launcher, Galah Horn had
Nick,
this perk
thanks for
called
the 30 months,
Wolfpack
dude.
rounds on it, which meant when you shot a target, they would
Appreciate
not only get hit by the initial rocket, but also a follow-up of mini clusters that tracked aggressively to that target and did heaps of damage. Add on the fact that this weapon could fire more than one rocket in the mag, had the perk speed reload, had the rocket itself tracking, and you had a weapon that would redefine exotics in Destiny forever. Bungie gave us a year of abusing this weapon in PvE, and they didn't allow it to even be infused when it came to the Taken King. So,
dude, okay. Sorry to interrupt you here. Do you guys remember the relaxing end? He was a zombies YouTuber for such a long time. Then he did Destiny for a little bit, and then you might have seen, so like he does that like ASMR unboxing now where he puts on like the white gloves and gets like the X-Acto knife and opens like the OG Black Ops 1 care package, stuff like that. He opens all sorts of cool stuff. What a change in content.
PvE, and they didn't allow it to even be infused when it came to the Taken King. So many players, myself included, got used to the new weaponry. Fast forward to Rise of Iron though, and the Galah Horn came back. This time a slightly weaker, but still dang strong version of itself. So why did I even bring up Galah Horn in the first place? Well, I guess you're just gonna have to find out. Also, I want to add in the fact that Sleeper Simulant was an exotic quest that came out a year prior. Sleeper was supposed to be this type of crazy, puzzly type of thing, and it ended up kind of missing the mark a little bit. But we'll get to that.
Actual cinema.
This is the Wrath of the Machine raid. The raid that combined elements of those before it and added its own touch on encounters. A raid that made close combat the focus instead of mid to long range. And the raid that made you have a Mad Max-like encounter riding away in victory. Players generally love this raid, and once they defeated this raid, they were in awe of something. Something in the depths of the final encounter. A hallway of lasers blocking the path to a chest. With a monitor? What could this be about? Players were quick to find other hidden monitors around the raid with a fuzzy screen that allowed you to activate the monitor. Then a SIVA symbol popped up upon activating them. There was one in the Vosik encounter, which was already full of monitors. The second was right after the encounter in the Splicer's Den. Then the third monitor, which wasn't found until a few days after, was literally hanging off a side of a cliff and underground.
Did it really take a few days to find that?
Cliff too.
That's actually wild.
So
Maybe
now
people just
that
didn't
these
care back
monitors
then.
are done, crap, there's
Or didn't
one
look
more.
for this.
Not only was there one more hidden monitor, but this monitor would take binary to solve. As it turns out, the fourth monitor was hidden behind what can only be called the most elaborate binary puzzle this community has ever seen. It started with Bungie releasing an ARG puzzle for the community to solve.
Interesting. I'll have a video in the near future on the background of how the fourth monitor was discovered, but in very short, Bungie put out an ARG, alternate reality game, which gave players a sequence, 1024 sequences in total in the wild. These sequences essentially needed to be chained together in strings of 8 to use keys in order to decrypt data. That decrypted data turned into images, lots of images. When these images were pieced together, it created a grid in the big server room with all the cylinders in the floor, what people have been calling the Diamond Room.
Many speculations of what this was were had, but it turned out to be a map. A map of a room in which players would find themselves cracking away at the final monitor. After you descended the cave down below, said hello to Randall the Perfected Vandal.
Okay, before we get too far into this, I'd like to make it clear and remind everybody that Rise of Iron was never supposed to happen and still became one of the best DLCs they ever did. To this day. Unintended, and they still have the time and the effort to make shit like this. Just throwing it out there.
Randall the Perfect. Who the f is this? Whoa!
Randall!
I don't remember seeing this guy.
What guy? Let me see him.
Can hear him smashing the controller, dude.
It's
Oh
Randall
my
the
God.
Vandal.
No!
It's Randall the Vandal.
No!
His name is Randall. What the
Xbox,
Kill
record
that.
that!
Oh, we can't get out of here.
Oh my God, Monkey. Okay, I like this.
There should have been like an achievement for that or something.
Got him.
You reached a room with a giant diamond for seemingly no reason at first glance, but the final monitor was within this room. This diamond, Rasputin looking, was surrounded by canisters on all sides. The canisters were divided into 4 sections that had columns and rows. Seems innocent enough, right? Until you realize that in the previous room, there were 2 monitor screens that had binary codes displayed once activated. And the 2 players in your 6-player fire team that were programmers probably had to be in that room to call out their codes for the 4 players that were in the canister room. Players would jump onto the canister that corresponded to that column and row. So for example, if I was on side 4, I may hear 4-3. That meant I had to jump on the 3rd canister in my row. Of course, the 4 players were not the ones reading the binary on the monitors. In fact, the 2 people in the server room that were calling out left and right, determining on when you entered the room. Once everyone was in place, the 2 people in the server room would activate the monitor prompt. Each monitor would see a flash onto a number. This could be 0000, like the starting sequence, or a different number. Rows and columns start at 0, which meant the first one, left monitor, is the column, right monitor is the row. These 2 players would then need to convert these numbers to decimal with their big brains or use an external website. For example, if the number shown on the monitor is 0101, that meant it was 5. The person on section 00 then steps on his canister using the prior two numbers for the row and column.
This is
Think of it
confusing
as a
me.
map with grids, column X, row Y. After they step on the canister, it will light up from below. A new number will show on the screen for both people. You convert those numbers again, the person in section 01 now needs to step on their canister, doing this for all 4 people. Once math class finally completed this, something special happened.
Uh-oh.
Stay here is epic info.
Take you landing.
Okay. Okay.
Open up, baby. Open.
Open.
Baby. Come on, baby.
Open.
Do it. I know you want it.
Yeah.
Oh. It's opening. It's open. It's open.
Woo!
This way, this way.
Oh my god, it's open.
Look. Don't touch anything. Don't touch anything.
It's open.
In there.
I think this is the entrance.
I'm almost
Yeah, it's right in there. We're letting Brandon turn on this monitor.
Can you imagine they just jump in and it eats them and wipes them?
Yeah, right, like I can get in there. Come on.
Dude, they had the potential for like the biggest troll of all time.
He just falls straight down.
Okay. Go. Get in there. Turn that thing on.
No. Oh, there it is.
There it is.
There it
It's
is.
on.
777.
We're using TeamSpeak?
And there's a chest.
User has joined your channel.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, I got an emblem.
Somebody get out.
The diamond-shaped object in the center of the room opened wide, with the last remaining monitor and a chest with a guaranteed exotic inside. This monitor would now allow you to bypass the lasers at the end of the raid. And just like that, oh, what the f***? There's more?
Evan, watch your flippin' mouth. Then.
After you opened the final chest, the quest had just begun. Now it was time to channel the corruption and hone in whatever it was you picked up and turn it into something useful for you. The first step was simple. Complete a Nightfall, 3 public events of the Plaguelands, and 3 Crucible matches / strikes.
Dude, Dado in the
50
old
pulse
chair,
rifle
man.
kills. 50 pulse rifle kills, huh? A little bit of foreshadowing there, Bungie. I see you. Step 2. This is where it got weird. Synchronize your fire team. This meant that you needed 3 fire team members, including yourself, no more, no less, but here is the real kicker of this. They had to be one of each class, so 1 Warlock, 1 Titan, 1 Hunter. So if you did
Is
the
that
quest
true?
and got to this point with 6 Warlocks, it was time to restart.
I don't think that's
Man,
true.
Destiny 1 was kind of relentless with these quests.
Did they
sometimes, I
change
gotta
it?
say. Anyways,
I don't
the
remember
goal
that.
of this was to make an equalizer. This meant that you had to change one number at the beginning to a different one. By the end, adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing. Titans, you guys wouldn't be getting this one done fast though. This also meant all 3 fire team members had to help each other out by balancing the numbers properly, because all 3 of them needed to be on the same steps to progress the quest. This was also the perfect quest for Dado and math class. Hey, see, there we go. So after you did the first equalizer, there was another one.
Oh, it's a lot of math.
Oh my Christ.
Come on, it isn't that bad. Come on.
Complex equalizer monster external reading.
This time, 4x5 grid with all 3 classes starting at different numbers. Now just beat the raid again and solve another puzzle.
Ah! No! No!
This
Dude,
time a
I missed the
5
simpler
by
times,
5
bro.
grid. And now another This time Dado and math class walked over to Shiro 4 and claimed the world's first. The
Outbreak
world's
Prime.
first Outbreak Prime.
Is this it? Go to Shiro. Go to Shiro. It's real. It's real. It's real.
Also, we were talking about things being data mined and there not being secrets anymore. If Destiny had just stayed on console, this would not be an issue. I'm just saying. We're not going to go down that rabbit hole again. I'm just saying.
It's real. Yo, can we take us somewhere that we're gonna try it?
Share screenshot.
First with it, suck it, nerds.
Wait, you can share to Twitter from your console?
Bring us out so we can go shoot this thing.
That's kind of lit. I didn't know you could do that. Dude, look at the old Twitch too. Oh my god. Guys, what do you think Brad619_ is doing nowadays, you know?
Absolutely bonkers for Bungie to test players this way, but I loved it so much because for me personally, this is what an exotic quest is all about. Giving it impact and making players wonder
Imagine
how you
he's
got
in
that
chat.
weapon, and sharing the stories of getting the weapon. What was your favorite exotic quest in Destiny? I would actually love to know in the comments. Outbreak Prime was a primary version
Bastion.
of Galah Horn before it, with Siva nanites popping out of dead targets' heads and tracking onto other targets, just like the Wolfpack rounds before it. This weapon also built upon what Sleeper Simulant Quest was supposed to be for a lot of players. It took what that quest did and it pushed it way further. This weapon was full of Siva and was harnessed to be one of the best exotics of all time in Destiny. A true achievement for Bungie in the Destiny community, and was a nice spiritual successor of the weapons that came before it. Now, on to perfection. The year is 2017, and the place is Titan. Yes, that moon of Jupiter. Destiny 2 is brand new, and each new place has an exotic quest to do through adventures. Titan's adventure, and still my favorite, is called Enemy of My Enemy, and has you fighting the Hive and Fallen when all of a sudden this captain traps you away from him and then just runs away. Almost like he doesn't have any plans to try to kill you, and actually may be working with you? By the end of the quest's adventure, the captain, whose name is Mithrax, is fighting a Hive Knight, and if you kill the Knight, Mithrax actually won't attack you. Instead, he'll go away, maybe asking for your help
forgot about this.
one day later. That day is none other than May 7th, 2019 at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Players started the weekly reset with a simple to-do list of powerful rewards as usual, so they started playing the heroic adventure of the day, which happened to be on
I think that was like the day after I was done with my
very same
semester
adventure
too.
with Mithrax involved. In this mission, there is a door and a hallway. Previously, players were forced to go down the hallway as the door was locked, but now the door was able to be opened. Not only that, there was something inside the room for players to find. A fallen transponder was inside, and it had a wall of code to decipher. Players quickly jumped on Destiny as soon as they caught wind of this secret fallen transponder. What could it mean? Why was there so much code? What would we have to do next? The code did immediately start ringing some bells with some players, however, and players started looking to Datto, Math Class, and Raid Secrets Reddit for some answers.
Have to go find him on the farm.
While the code would take some time to break, the other slots in the transponder were
Spoilers.
still missing. Players started looking everywhere in the game for the next steps, or just something, anything that can help them solve this puzzle. Players checked lost sectors and found that fallen lost sectors on Nessus and Earth had the other transponders. But where to next, and how do we solve this code? Well, thanks to Reddit user Ferntuckian, we would know where to next. He found that the code was a string, and as he describes it, he's thinking that the beginning single numbers are the sentence numbers or some sort of way to divide up the text. He sees 3 different types of text blocks: the lone 3000, the lone block of 4 letters, or numbers X, TZOX, a 3000 followed by lowercase letter and a smallish number, example 3000A14. Fern, with the help of other members from Raid Secrets, would discover that the code was a puzzle to draw a map. This is starting to sound similar now, right? Except the difference is that this is not a map, actually. No, this was a symbol. A symbol of a place that players hadn't been since Red War campaign. We were
there's
about
no
to
reason
go
to go
back
there.
to the farm.
I didn't know that's what it was a symbol. With the advancement of AI, I wonder how long it would take to crack all this today. It's a good question. I mean, I feel like even you take the chess thing that just happened, like, it could help, but, like, it's nowhere near ready to, like... I feel like they're kind of conscious of that in building these nowadays. So it's like... I don't know. I think eventually it'll
Once
catch up.
the code was broken and players went to the farm,
might even be required one
something
day.
was
Who
off.
knows?
Nobody was above ground.
For one of these
Instead,
puzzles.
everyone was under the hangar. In the basement? That's weird. Players would walk down the stairs and notice this long shadow. But this looks like an enemy shadow, not a friendly one. So then you just started investigating, and it was Mithrax there, with the transponder in hand. When you walked over to him, he had a mission for you to start. As you loaded in,
Rendezvous.
two very familiar things stood out. Number one, the 20-minute timer, one that only the Whisper mission had before this. And number two, you were back in the old tower. But this wasn't the social space haven that we had come to know it as. No, instead, this was a rusted, beat up, destroyed mess from the Red War that had taken place. I want you to take a moment to realize how epic this mission is about to be. From just waking up on a Tuesday to play the heroic adventure to now being flown to the old tower by what's supposed to be your enemy. I mean, this is how Destiny storytelling is done, and we'll talk about storytelling in another video, but for now, let's get back to the mission. So you start off where you left off at the end of the prologue of Destiny 2, and this time you need to work your way back from the route that you started in the prologue, moving through the area where the Speaker's old workshop was, into the courtyard of the tower, and into the hangar to fight through hordes of tough, shielded, fallen enemies, similar to how Whisper's enemies were set up. Fun fact, you turn up your music volume and stand next to the door where the old music room was, you can actually faintly hear "Hope for the Future."
Ah! DMCA! Oh my god! Please stop, 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 please stop. Why is he doing...
Everyone there was at
Jesus.
least jamming out. Anyways, this mission was a trip through the old Tower of Destiny, and when players were past the areas they were familiar with, it was time
Literally puts up a thing, hope for no demonetization, as he plays a full minute of the
for
song.
the underbelly. It began with this ship, an event to the right. Players looked for a while to find the route to go and kept thinking it was the vent up top, but it was actually the vent down below. You see, just like the Whisper that came before it, this mission was not without its platforming and puzzle escape type rooms either. In fact, this mission was even more in depth when it came to escape room type parkour puzzles. From the many vents and small corridors to the tricky paths, this one was about to be phenomenal. But then, you made it outside? Yes, with the sound of wind in your face, you were outside of the tower, on the walls surrounding it. Held by some mere scaffolding, it was time to take the leap of faith. One thing this mission also did well, to expand on Whispers, was add buttons that allowed players who were ahead to extend platforms and create checkpoints, so if players died, they wouldn't spawn very far back. After the outside jump, it was back to more puzzle escape rooms and on to the spinny fans of death. These fans would chop you dead if you weren't careful, and the only path through was
Bro, this room is how you figured out if your fire team was full of burgers or not. If you couldn't make it through here, it was very evident if you were a noob.
red lit areas of them. After that, there was some parkour, and what the f*** is that thing?
Oh boy, oh boy. Hey, Trevor! Dude, does anybody still have the clip of the first time I ran into Trevor? Because I think Bungie might have like retweeted it or something way back in the day. If somebody can find it, we'll watch it at the end of the video.
Meet TR3
It was
VR
so funny.
or Trevor.
He's a servitor.
I don't know what that means.
Yep.
I'm dead! What do we do?
Oh, someone needs to stay up here. It's a map.
I'm dead!
Go, Dado, go, run!
There's 4 levers, that's what it is.
What does red mean?
It means we're dead. Run!
What
This
the?
is fun from my perspective.
Oh, here's the clip. Here's the
He
clip.
went a different way.
Never mind. I don't need to find it. It's here.
He's behind you. Flash!
Dude. Flash. It's just, dude, this is like a scene out of a movie, bro. Oh, where is he? He's behind me, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, he went a different way. He's behind you. Flash!
I don't think I've ever heard Flash scream like that. That's so funny.
god!
Oh, maybe not. All right, yeah, front left.
Where
I
is
fit.
he? You know?
Are you what? Oh, oh. This was like stepping into a first-person horror game, and this had players needing to hit 4
Squeeze the
buttons
cheek.
to escape the room. Only problem? Trevor moves fast, fearless, and those electricity walls will block any path you had of escaping. I am not joking when I say this is legit terrifying the first time you play it. I actually challenge you, the viewer. Go face Trevor with your sound cranked and your HUD turned off. It adds another level to the sheer horror of this. Once you've failed 6 times to this point and are finally through, up the elevator, down the slippery slide of slips, and onto the vent, players drop down into the tower's vault. A room filled to the brim with gold bars. I guess this is where all the Eververse money goes, huh?
Hey, look, it's Pete Parsons'
Anyways,
garage.
that is it.
Guys, laugh like it was funny. This is where I insert my laugh track.
That's 0 hour. No other paths to go down.
So
Just
funny.
gold in a room. Pretty cool homage. Maybe not what people had oh, wait, that's a secret wall. Welcome to the secret vault in the secret mission, a part of a secret quest. Yes, once you made it past these tiles on the floor, there was a room with secret objects from the game's world, like the cat statue from the Dreaming City, a strange coin from Destiny 1, a pyramid ship like the ones we have been teased with to this point, a dead ghost, the helmet from the original opening trailer of Destiny 1, and much, much more. This room to me is not only cool for in-game teasers, but is also a room full of Easter eggs for longtime players to pick up on. There's also these weird dials and empty canisters in 7 side rooms. Probably nothing though.
Yeah,
And finally,
for sure.
a laser cut glass with something missing. What could the item be? Players would follow the trail of seared objects as the floor was cut open too. Something was trying to escape, and these cuts looked fresh. Players quickly ran down and finally were put into a room with a captain in there, Cyrix, loyal to Aramis.
No.
This captain was trying to steal whatever was in the case, and we were not gonna let him. Just like the Black Spindle mission that we covered, you were not only going to need to kill the boss, but all of the ads too. These ads were 2 giant servitors, 2 spider tanks, fallen turrets, shielded shanks, vandals, dregs, you name it, it was probably in there. Zupa Dupa, one of the 2 names I had mentioned in my 999 power level video, was world's first to defeat Cyrix and his ads. Zupa's prize was seeing Mithrax thank him for the help and then fly away. And his prize was Outbreak Perfected. Yes, Outbreak Prime, but this time even better.
They sent him an outbreak? What?
of an exotic. Perfected took what Prime did and made it even stronger. Instead of Siva nanites proccing on kills to an enemy, now it would proc on consistent
that's actually
hits,
sick.
which meant that it could be used for stronger enemies, and we haven't even gotten to the real reason why it became perfected. Outbreak Perfected was a remaster done as well as anyone could have ever hoped for, and it pushed the secret mission in Destiny even further. But what it also did was give us a heroic version that was pushed even further too. Not only was there a Solar Arc and Void Week burn on the heroic version, there was also a whole new route inside the mission. Remember when I said
Yeah, they
kind of
killed it
the
with this
vent
mission.
at the top was the correct path when it was actually underneath the ship?
This is like gold standard
as it
right
turns
here.
out, Bungie thought the same for heroic mode too. Players would need to go a whole new route, this time with more escape room puzzles, some extra fun gimmicks in place, and just overall whole new sections, including the pipes with the buttons, the gaps to jump, a whole new outside area, this time much harder, and your teammate dies every time, and oh my god, get out of my way, I'm trying to jump the corner and now we're both dead. Anyways, once past that, it was time to hit a newer and cooler slidey slide of sliding and finally back to the normal paths to the fan. I think it was super well done for you to take a different path and still end up in the same area for the heroic. It forced players to master the route if they had any chance of beating it. Once you prayed your way past Trevor and made it back to the vault, you ran across those tile...
The oven!
Oh, I got scorched now. Okay, cool. Those tiles were now activated, and depending on the week of the burn, the tiles change floor patterns. This was cool and kind of reminds me of a Mission Impossible type of scenario or a Tomb Raider type game. What was new was the weird canisters that were now lit up with gemstones inside of them and dials that were lit up too. We'll get on that one in a bit. But other than that, the fight was just the same for the boss, except stronger enemies and those turrets were just as annoying. But Outbreak Perfected Catalyst would drop from all of this. Just like how the Whisper Catalyst dropped, so did the Outbreak Catalyst. The Catalyst was an homage to an old Outbreak, making more Siva nanites spawn on killing enemies with nanites attached, but additionally, it increased the damage of the nanites. This was very strong for a while, especially with the Well of Radiance auto-reloading your Outbreak the whole time, making it infinitely fire. That it was even used to clear a world's first raid.
Yes, it was.
Howard.
Come on, come on.
Please,
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Yeah, I'm watching. Who's the leader?
Yes! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
But also like Whisper, it was going to take some time to get it, and there were some other ways to speed up this progress.
The Dado incidents, yeah. And then they stopped giving out the exotics for free.
Remember that room in Heroic Zero Hour with all those gemstones? Well, of course they had a purpose too. Players were quick to find a keycard scanner at the beginning of the Heroic Zero Hour, and 3 hidden keycards throughout the rest of the mission.
Oh, right here, get keypad.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest, I spent like 20 hours in that room and I still don't remember how this puzzle works.
She was not in the main area.
It's so long ago.
Hold up.
Use keycards to access vault systems.
Can you still do that puzzle today now that it's back in the game? I don't think
Where
you
is it?
can.
Let's see it.
It's on the shelf.
Behind you.
Got it.
Can you? Anybody know?
Void configuration.
I don't know if that means anything, but
It's a different puzzle now.
Okay.
There it is. Cool. There's green. I bet you it's right fucking here.
Also, I don't know if he's gonna touch on this. He probably won't. I remember I'm having PTSD now because when people found these key cards, I remember we were trying to solve this puzzle, and it was bugged. So sometimes you would start the mission, go pick up the first key card, and then you'd look at your quest, and it would say you didn't pick up the key card. it was literally like RNG whether it worked or not, but about 80% of the time it just didn't work on the first key card. It was actually awful.
Fuck. Cool. Got it right there. Yep. Nice.
So like once you got it to work,
These
then
in
you
hand,
get to go
it
to the
gave
puzzle and try
players
and figure out what's
access
going
to
on.
solve a configuration puzzle in the gemstone room. Now, this is where the puzzle went from perfected to not so perfected pretty quickly. You would think with how many big brains are involved in the community, we'd be able to solve this one pretty quickly. Problem was, and maybe still is, that we had no clue where to even start. How do we break the code, etc. Another problem, the key card would disappear from players' inventory for reasons nobody could understand.
That too.
Was this intentional? Was it a glitch? How many runs was it going to take to even test the puzzle configurations, since all 3 players needed all keys to even start? This was driving players mad, and we haven't even begun with the puzzle itself.
Oh my god, look at Glad with that cut, dude.
You can
look at him.
the first like rocks, but then you have to
Dude,
jump on the next set.
he looks like he's like 20. Bro, look at him.
So you do have to jump.
Yeah.
And crouch.
Yep.
Yeah, look at the quest. It just like disappears.
I mean, dude, it disappeared in front of my face.
Hey, look who it is.
Oh my god!
What happened?
Jeff.
Jesus Christ.
Nothing changed.
What is going on? It did not.
Jeff.
Clip it! Clip!
So maybe you did make it to the puzzle. Well, the puzzle would begin with anyone starting the encounter by hitting the use key in the room. There are 3 consoles numbered 1 through 3 in the main area of the room, and the objective is to have players read off a 2-number pair from each console. Having all 3 console pairings grants us a sequence. We can then use the sequence to lock in to one of 49 computer terminals in each of the color rooms. The sequence of 3 pairings corresponds to a colored room and a specific terminal in the room that we need to lock in a sequence with and repeat covering all 49 terminals to successfully complete the puzzle. For example, let's say the puzzle starts with the initial first readout of 4-3 for console 1, 2-4 for console 2, 2-9 for console 3. If we look at 4-3 from console 1, the first number in the pairing 4 is from the left dial and the second number 3 is the right dial on the same console. They're essentially 2 clocks if you view them in game.
Yes, of course.
The example above is complete sequence XY, XY, XY. Each sequence is tied to a specific terminal and each sequence has 3 pairings of 2 digits. Once we know the sequence, we can match it and go to finding the matching terminal in the matching colored room and lock the sequence to continue. It's a matching game and it's all about quickly traversing the spreadsheet table full of found sequences. Yeah, so that made a
even
lot
if
of
you had the
sense,
full
right?
solution,
Yeah.
this was still not
Yeah,
easy to
sure.
do.
This was brute force not only the first week, but the puzzle actually changed both weeks after that too.
Yeah.
So brute force was the way, and thankfully we had some very helpful external websites to help us along our journey too. What was also cool was every time you inputted the correct panel, time would add to your overall timer, so you could actually end with more time than you started the puzzle with. On the flip side, if you failed too many times, you had to run the whole mission back.
Oh, I'm so mad. Dude. The cinnamon toast crunch. My fridge is open. Dude, these are good times, man. These are good times. Yeah, this is the end of the Forsaken hair. It was like almost all grown out and cut off.
It's so dumb. That is not our fault, dude. 3-3.
1-3. 3-7.
There we fucking go, boys.
Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go. Holy shit.
Oh my fucking.
Oh, I did this with Bala.
There we fucking go, boys.
It's over.
Probably the last time Bala played.
So what was your reward for all 3 weeks of doing this puzzle full of nuance and full of memories, some good, some bad? Well, you are looking at it.
We've done 3 weeks.
I'm so glad I opted us so we didn't
Dude, look how much his beard grew by the time this puzzle was done.
see that earlier.
Put a shade on it, looks better.
I am so glad.
I haven't even run this week yet, and I'm already uninstalling the game.
Other than the amazing catalyst, this rust bucket was all yours. Congrats, now go get it waxed. In general, I applaud the puzzle still, even though it never really made any sense and the ship was pretty ugly. At least we had something new each week of the puzzle.
But it's beautiful
This
inside,
mission
Evan.
Was truly, and I mean truly, a masterpiece.
Epilogue.
Outbreak was truly special. It reinvented the secret mission again and was trending on Reddit and Twitter. This is normally the part where I
Okay, rewind.
and was trending on Reddit and Twitter.
Trending today. Sandra Bland traffic stop. Outbreak perfected and PJ Tucker. Nice variety of news today.
This is normally the part where I tell you about this weapon not being as good anymore, or the mission being easier, conquered all over. But Outbreak was different. This weapon, and everything that came with it, was truly special. Outbreak's lineage expanded far and wide.
Yes,
from
it
being a
did.
spiritual successor
Can't wait
to
for it to
Galah
come back in Destiny 3, baby.
ARG maps, to using binary, testing our brains to the fullest, making us connect with the enemy, and telling us a story through this amazing missions environment. Outbreak truly was perfection. I want to thank you all for watching and hopefully
Low-key, it probably
enjoying
is the best
story
mission
of
they ever
one of
did,
Destiny's
in my
most
opinion.
challenging exotic quests.
Outbreak was
if you
pretty
did
insane.
enjoy this video, a like would be greatly
Playing it the
appreciated,
first time
as well
was
as a
very
subscription.
memorable.
If you want to tell me about your stories, please leave me a comment or hop over to my Twitch. Link will be at the top of the description. I want to thank Travel Danielle and Dado again for helping me with this video. Seriously, like, please go follow
Dude,
them.
old Twitter,
anyway,
man.
until next time, stay perfect.
Blooper time. Mm. 0 seconds. Rolled and smoked, idiot. He did this shit with a drum set?
Trevor! Avoiding Trevor, the death robot. Trevor the robot will instantly kill you if he touches you. There are some places to hide.
Like that.
It's pretty great.
I know, I've been like dying to eat, but I don't want to hear it.
Funny.
No way!
I got Galah Horn!
I fucking got the Galah Horn!
I'm shouting out the window, I'm shouting out the window.
I'm shouting out the window. Alright. YouTube, make sure you go check out Evan. I'm gonna link this video and you're gonna like it, chat. But also subscribe to this channel too, because I am the #1 React Lord, because it's hard work out here.